This is your reminder that the BBC has yet to address the consistent transphobic leanings in its news coverage, and while the team behind Doctor Who is not connected to this in any way since this is a BBC-owned property, I'm going to keep pointing it out until the problem gets resolved. Links in a pinned comment below if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'll stop saying it when it stops being a problem. Hey there, folks! So there's another Doctor Who trailer, and since somehow, miraculously, the last one I did not get claimed by anybody, we're going to try this again. I am hopeful for this season. I'm also nervous. That's actually not new. That's true of me with almost every season of Doctor Who I have ever seen. It's hard for me to get genuinely excited in advance, not because I don't want to like it. I do want to like it. I just also don't want to get my heart broken. It's a defensive thing. Anyway, you know what? Enough about that. Let's go.
I am the last of the Time Lords.
Back on that again.
Different planet. An evolved life form?
Okay, can I just take a second to emphasize, like, part of what's really frustrating, and like, this is not RTD's fault that this happened, because the Doctor being the quote-unquote last of the Time Lords again is Chibnall's fault, because that happened during Jodie Whittaker's era in a decision that I absolutely loathe. Honestly, I had so many reasons to dislike the Timeless Children. I hate the redestruction of Gallifrey more than the lore messing with. I actually care about that the least. But anyways, can I just stop and emphasize that while it's not his fault that the situation happened, I don't really need RTD drawing emphasis to the last of the Time Lords things, because wow, does that feel redundant. Like, we did that. Literally. You even did an episode called that. We did this already. I know the circumstances are not your fault, but we don't need to draw attention to the fact that we've already been here. This is a bad sign. I'm like getting nitpicky right off the bat. Okay, I'm trying to be positive. I swear. Okay.
And I have waited for the day of your arrival.
And I failed. So that's that. I don't know who that's actually addressed to. The editing implies it's addressed to our new companion. I really hope it's not. Like, I'm gonna have a video up if I've got the schedule worked out, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, about my thoughts on having the companions be innately special in a way that, like, involves no agency from them. And I'm like, I had concerns, started to build on this from the previous trailer, and there's more of it here. I won't reiterate myself because I'm going to go into that deeper in a proper video, so we can move on.
I'm the doctor.
Doctor what?
Just the doctor.
All right, then. I'm called the nurse.
Yeah, it's still very pretty. Like, this show has been looking good. It looked good during Whittaker's era, too. Like, that is one thing that, and, like, I know there are people like, yeah, it was better when it was visually janky. Like, I'm not even going to disagree, but I am going to say that, like, you can't get away with that anymore. Like, you just can't. Just the standard expectations, especially for something that's being marketed internationally, just is not what it was. So this level of visual polish is nice to see. Hopefully there's good stories to go with it.
You left Earth.
It's been 2 hours?
It was 6 months ago.
Okay.
This should get you back. It is bigger.
Okay, so it sounds like we're doing this thing where, and like this like kind of had been implied by the previous trailer that it looks like she might be getting kidnapped or abducted or something, and then the Doctor finds her already off-world, which gives it a little bit of flavor of Ace, at least in terms of the reason the Doctor runs into this companion. So evoking Ace at all is no bad thing in my book. Not that I'm expecting similar characterization, though I wouldn't balk at that either. Ace is amazing. I love Ace. That's a classic Doctor Who companion for any of the people who watch me who have not gotten into classic. Classic is great when it's great, which is not always. But Ace is great. Seventh Doctor. Moving on.
Me inside than me outside.
You need to get me home.
You don't need to rush, cause...
This is a time machine.
Boom. 1952. 51st century.
Okay, so that's giving us a nice spread of time. Like, it is like a part of me does find it like kind of funny. He's like, oh, you don't have to go home right away. Oh, let's go to 1952 on your home planet. Like, hey, I don't know. There's the part of me that's just like maybe like minimal Earth stuff. Though I know that's partially a budget thing. Yeah, he's got so many looks, and I like all his looks. I am getting to the point where, like, I feel like this Doctor doesn't have a definitive look. Like, the other Doctor whose look changed a lot was Capaldi. There was something at least slightly different in almost every single episode that he had, but there were still core things that didn't change. The coat being the main one, and then later on when he adopted the hoodie, those stayed the same, and like the shirt would change. Actually, sometimes even the nature of the coat would change, but the long coat was always there. So like we don't even have key essential always there visual components for him, which like fits his character, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I feel like by default the orange look, which is the cosplay I ended up getting, is going to be the default iconic look for him, just because it was the first look revealed and it was the one people had the most time to put together a look for.
The 803rd Interstellar Song Contest!
I hope the songs are actually good in that. That was one of the annoyances with the musical episode in season 1. Like I know that part of it was like the songs were bad, but even like the one that wasn't supposed to be bad, there's always a twist at the end. It was fine. It wasn't that great a song, though. I hope we get good songs in this one, because Doctor Who can have good songs. My Angel Put the Devil in Me is great.
We're so staying.
We're staying.
I like their
What year
energy.
is this?
2007.
Oh, going back to 2007 is an interesting prospect for the Doctor, because he's been there. 2007 would have been series 3 for the Doctor. So Martha? Maybe? I think so. That has me curious. I wonder if they'll gloss over that or actually do anything with that. No idea. We'll see. Like, these two have good timing. They have good performance chemistry from what I can see, which I'm not surprised by. The Doctor had good performance chemistry with Ruby Sunday, too. So he seems to be good at getting a good dynamic going with other characters on screen. That seems to be one of his strengths.
Can't you get this box of yours fixed?
Have you ever heard of the planet Earth? Never heard of him.
My parents are back home. Are they safe?
I hope so.
Speaking of Ruby, there she is. I'm going to be curious as to how much she factors in. Like, my gut instinct is that she's going to show up kind of in a similar capacity to how Martha showed up in series 4. You know, just kind of there for a story. Or I guess technically 2, because she came back in the finale. You get what I mean there. Sort of like isolated to a specific story use. I'm so curious for this.
What?
Roll up! I think we're being
Animated!
Oddly, less excited for this. I think partially because, like, the animation quality and movement quality is so much lower for their movement than this thing's movement. But, like, context, it might make sense. We'll see.
Gosh, I'm all flat. And this waistline is impossible.
Like, okay, I'm pausing a lot this time around. Their movement is, like, made for TV in the 60s, 70s level. Whereas the thing that looks to be the villain, like, its movement is way more along the line of, like, made for theater animated short from like the 30s. So it's I wonder if there's actually going to be an explanation for that difference in animation quality, or if they're just not going to address it. I hope there's a reason.
I will not fail you.
It's nice having the uplifting music. I'm not going to lie. Like, a lot of Doctor Who trailers tend to lean on the darkness, the rough things coming, but it's nice hearing something that's just like, ooh, fun adventure uplift. I like this song choice. Actually, I like it a lot the more I think about it.
Everything is out of sync. Our entire reality is in danger.
Ooh. Okay.
I promised that I would keep you safe.
I'm seeing a skeleton. I'm seeing a skeleton under the skin. Are we talking Daleks, or at least Dalek tech? That could be an interesting fake out. Like, not the Daleks themselves, but like somebody recreating Dalek tech or scavenging it. That could be interesting. Like, they didn't have the iconic sound for the Dalek thing, so it's possible that it's not that, but I don't know. My brain went there, and now I'm kind of curious.
But you can't promise.
I can. I will.
Okay, so this thing. I talked about this a little bit. So let me be clear, because like I brought up the notion of the spider, some other stuff, and I even said in the last video, this might be an Anansi thing. And then a bunch of people in the comments were like, I'm pretty sure that's Anansi. Like, yeah, I said that. Apparently I said it like too quickly or casually, or didn't draw attention to the fact that I knew the name of what I figured this was a reference to. This might be, at least from what I can see, the episode I am most excited about. Because, like, just Anansi is a fascinating folkloric, mythological kind of figure. From what I've heard, they did have a black writer working on this, which is good, because, like, the origins for this character are rooted in Africa, and it looks like it ties into stuff that's like set in a barbershop with a mostly, if not entirely, black supporting cast. So like this has the potential to be something really fascinating, and I'm real curious about this more than anything else.
I do.
That being said, that explosion better not be the climax and conclusion of that episode. Because if they, like, I now know that thing is going to blow up. That better not be the last thing that they have to do to defeat it. That better be like a midway through thing or something. Okay, cool. Wait for it. Wait. Oh, is he not going to do it?
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.
Had to have it. Okay. All right. It's not bad. It's not bad. Definitely has me curious. I will say, like, part of me wonders if, like, again, we'll see if there's, like, an explanation for why the animation quality for the Doctor and Companion is so much lower. Might that even, like, be an indication of power level or something? They've been diminished, as opposed to this fully fluid, like, almost rubber hose looking thing. But at the same time, like, it makes me automatically a little less excited for the animated one than I was otherwise. I'm like, oh, but this looks like I would love to see a fluidly animated version of the Doctor and the Companion, but that's not what we're getting. So I don't know. Since we don't know about the plot, so much of the appeal of the animated thing is the visual, and like the whatever the thing is that is walked out of the screen looks amazing, and then they get animated and they look like that. I'm like, oh, how long are we going to be stuck with that? I'm getting flashbacks to the I mean, it's not literally the same animation style, but I'm just getting flashbacks in terms of visual quality to the Tennant animated stuff, like Dreamland, and I forget what the other one is, Infinite Quest, something like that. They weren't good. So don't invoke that for me. You know what would be amazing? I doubt they do it, but you know what would be amazing if they have the Doctor and the Companion go through a couple different animation styles, and it would be amazing and hilarious if at least one point they're done in the animation style that has been used for most of the Doctor Who animated recreations for the lost episodes. I would get such a kick out of that. I don't expect it. But yeah, I know I have my concerns. I'm me. It happens. I don't try and be a downer, I swear. But the energy of this I really like. I really like that song choice. Like, to the point that I might try and look up what that song was and see if the whole thing is a good song worth listening to. It, regardless of whether it is or isn't, its use here, mwah, love it. So yeah, the energy that this is giving is spot on what I'm here for. We'll see how the specifics pan out, but you know, energy wise, I'm on board. So that's my thoughts on this trailer. Hopefully, I don't get claimed for this one. I didn't on the last one, so here's hoping. Ha! But what were your thoughts on this? Whatever they are, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Patreon. Yes, Patreon pays the bill. I'm not at my usual setup, so I have to remember what side stuff pops up on. Patreon pays the bills, enables me to do this as my living. Even if you can't help me out that way, like, share, subscribe, all help as well. Don't worry too much about it, though. What I really want you to remember is that you are beautiful, you are valid, and you are loved. You are the council, and I'm just running the meetings. And until next time, this council is adjourned. And now to thank my highest supporting patrons: Robin Moore, Goddess Elida, Zubin Lafula, Jen, Welsh Wrestling Geeks, Oliver B., Melissa Pedersen, Movie Turtle, Ulrich Bogdan, Melinda Walters, Auntie Kate 808, Andre, Becky Sparks, Claire Wright, Tracy Scrabbit, Angry Casperl, Dave Hall, Quite Bearish, Rosalind Bennett, Toku Blahuvian, Adam R.D.L. Taylor, Pal Barabajagal, Mary Mello, Mira G, and Sir Didymus is my favorite. If you want to help me ensure that I can keep these guys fed, as well as the other animals and strange creatures that sometimes occupy my house, check out the rewards on the Patreon. Yeah, hello to you too. Bless you.